There's very few people that really intrigue me. And if you're a gold medalist, turned entrepreneur, turned motivational speaker, that gets me excited. I'm going to introduce you to Bruny Surin, the man, the legend, the sprinter. Come on in.
I was sponsored by Nike. The second time I went there, I saw Tiger Woods. Work ethic. I want to have a gold medal in business. As an athlete who started with nothing and become Olympic champion.
I have the pleasure, the honor of being with the man, the legendary Bruny Surin, a great national hero, and he's given me the time to pick his brain and to get to know him a little bit more. Not just an athlete, not just a gentleman, but somebody who speaks fluent franglais. You speak franglais.
J'adore ça.
Franglais. Alors, on a une habilité en franglais, and I really want to get to know Bruny. And going back a little bit, and we all know your story, but post Olympics, post medals, tell us a little bit about what happens to an athlete after all of the glamour of sports. Did you go into coaching? Did you have a passion for business? Tell us what happens afterwards.
I had a passion for business from long time, very long time. Even when I was running, it always amazed me to see somebody starting from, let's say, from scratch and build like empire. I mean, to me, it's amazing. Sometimes I make the comparison as an athlete who started with nothing and become Olympic champion, kind of thing. And I read a lot of biography about business men, people, and everything. Their stories inspired me. And to start with the clothing, I always loved fashion since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And at the top of my career, I was sponsored by Nike. And when I become the second fastest of all time, Nike offered me to do my own shoes. And they brought me at the head office in Beaverton. So I was like, oh my God.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. I was like on top of the world. I'm like, oh my God, you know. And I remember sitting down with the top designer.
Did you meet Phil Knight?
I didn't meet him. And the second time I went there, I saw Tiger Woods.
Nice.
You know what he was doing? At one point, I saw a lot of people at lunchtime gathering and everything, and he was trying to break the windows.
Is that what happened to Nike?
No problem, I can pay this.
And Michael Jordan's in the car, dunking things.
It was amazing. So after I sat down with the designer, talking about the fabrics, the colors, and everything, and I said to myself, I really like this. And I knew that
you enjoyed the process.
I enjoyed the process. Yeah. And I was like, okay, one day, once I retired, this is what I want to do. This is one of the things that I want to do. I have my team, and look at this. Here we are.
So here we are. We're here right now in Montreal, and this is a very a lot of garment industry here.
Yeah.
And when you're incubated in a very prominent group in Montreal. Tell us about when you wanted to do the clothing line. Did you know what you wanted, or were you experimenting with different things?
I was experimenting. And yes, once you start a business, it can be scary because you're not sure at 100%. You have investment to do, and the left part of your brain is going to say, well, what if it doesn't work? Exactly. What if you have to put, I don't know, the any numbers, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 in the project, and you're like, what if it doesn't work? You lose your money. And that's why a lot of people don't do it. I'm the kind of guy like I take risks, and there were some times that I lost some money, and I'm not going to be afraid to say that. But thank God today we recover. Excellent. And life is good.
Tell me what you learned from working with brands like Nike. How important was that to what you're doing now?
It's very important, like details. Details. You have to be on point like all the time. I remember when I was before I go to competition or anything I was wearing. I remember one thing: the marketing guy. The first thing that he would do when he see me, He looked at me from head to toe. And then at one point I said, what are you doing?
What are you staring at me?
What are you staring at? It's like, it's branding. It's like, what you're wearing. Are you
Yeah.
representing well the brand? And also, the way you act also out of the competition. It's not only when you compete. It's like if you go have a drink, if you go into a restaurant, you represent a brand. That's very, very important. And that's what I learned a lot from that. And they always want to push
The limits.
the limits.
The limits, yeah.
Like, okay, the number one, but even if you're number one, okay, what can you do to be even better? Better all the time. Because if you don't have that attitude, the guy next door is gonna surpass you. He's gonna be better than you. So you always have to want to be even a better person. That's the way I see it.
How often, when you're quand tu te lances en affaires and when you're doing business and you're starting a brand, and we'll talk about real estate in a second, and I know that's another passion of yours.
Yeah.
How do you ever look back on your athleticism, on your athleticism, and think about a race that you did or the training? Is that part of your daily routine of thinking back to the challenges when you were actually competing?
All the time. All the time, I make
le parallèle,
comparaison, tout le temps. Even I do conferences also. When I'm doing like business conferences, I'm gonna say exactly like in track. This is what happened specifically, and today business. This is the same. There's a lot of similarities, and all the time it's funny. You know what's an example? All my training example, I keep them. You know why I keep them? To tell me like, okay, this is what I was doing like every day.
Yeah.
To achieve that. Or never.
Le discipline.
Discipline. Jamais oublié. And today I'm like, oh my God, I was doing all that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But in business, today it's like that. I mean, a lot of time, I don't want to say the bad part of it and everything. The brain is always, sometimes I say, okay, well, I need vacation and to clear my mind and everything.
Yes.
But these days, I mean, you try to sleep and you're like, okay, well, this is what I need to do. We need to do this, we need to do that. How we can be better in this and that. It's part of the business. The other day I was I was giving a conference to young entrepreneurs, and we have a prominent business people here, Serge Beauchemin.
Sure.
The guy is got a ton of money. But you know what he said to the kids? It's like, today at 5 o'clock he was on his computer, and of the day he had 15 meetings. I mean,
he's still acting like...
He's still acting like he's, because why? Because he wants to be better. He wants to achieve. He could have stayed home and just relax, vacation all year. But you know what?
But it's in his DNA.
Exactly.
He'll never forget that.
Yeah.
That what it took.
Yeah.
Was it harder to win a gold medal or to launch your line? Which one was harder?
I would say, you know what I want to do? I want to have a gold medal in business. Today, I'm far from getting a gold medal. Far.
How come?
Because the thing that I want to do, I'm doing good. I mean, I don't say we're doing good, but I need everything to be much further. So
when you say gold medal in business, and I love the analogy, what's the gold medal in business? Is it selling to a company like Nike? Is it getting your own athletes under your bannière? What is a gold medal for you?
You know what? I have friends. Example. Let's talk about real estate. I mean, now I'm in process to have 3 properties. I have friends who have like 1,000 doors. Yeah. How can I say I have a gold medal? You should get a gold medal. So I want this gold medal. So in order to have this gold medal, I need to have 1,001. Yeah. And I'm far from that. You know what? My clothing, we're doing great, but my vision is like, I want to be able to say to the family, all your family, you can go to, example, Benizri, you can dress all the family. But right now, I don't dress like the age of 3, 4, 5 years old. I don't have clothes for them. I need accessories. Yes. I don't have accessories. So that's what I want. So to me, it's like, okay, this is what I'm working for.
So what I'm hearing, what I understand is really the gold medal in business is really being able to put la touche Bruny.
Yeah.
La touche Bruny sur tout aspect de la vie, en fait, des vêtements pour la famille.
Pour la famille.
Everybody else.
Pour la famille, yeah.
And for you, that's the gold medal because that's the point where you've made your mark on that industry.
Exactly.
Just like you did in racing.
And racing, because I would say my motto, I promote health. I promote physical activities and everything, and that's kind of the same approach. So if I'm telling the kids, okay, well, you need to do more sport, like daily sport and everything. And by the way, wear my clothes. Now I say, okay, well, you cannot wear my clothes. I'm missing something. So that's what I want.
So how important is our athleticism and business? What's the connection for you? Is there an obvious connection? Can we learn something about business from athleticism and vice versa?
I think yes. And sport and athleticism. What is it? What you need to have a gold medal? You need your work ethic. You have to believe in yourself. You have to work hard. If you hit a wall, you're gonna stay down. You have to wake up. You have to stand up and go again. And business, it's the same thing. I mean, if I sit home every day just chilling watching TV, what's gonna happen? I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So 5 o'clock, 5:30, computer day. You have you go meet people. You have to have networking.
Yes.
You
never stop. You never
stop. It's the same thing.
So you talked about real estate, and you're not putting all of your eggs in just one thing.
No.
You're diversifying.
Yeah.
What's the limit? Where does Bruny Surin stop diversifying? Are we going to see a restaurant Bruny?
You know when I'm going to stop? Do you know when?
Tell me.
When I die. When I die. When I die, I'm going to stop. But till I'm alive, there's going to be new project. There's going to be new opportunities. There's going to be everything. When I go to networking, I talk to people in every field. And I'm like, okay, well, that could be interesting.
Yes. Yeah, you see opportunities where not everybody sees opportunities.
You see the opportunities every day. You have to seize them.
That's beautiful.
You have to seize them.
You came from a very humble background. You immigrated here. You come from a very a place of you started. I mean, you started from the bottom.
From the bottom.
And you came here and you made it happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of entrepreneurs today that think that it's glamorous, and I'm going to be just like Bruny, and I'm going to have my clothing line, but people don't realize all of the discipline. Tell us about your work day. What time do you wake up? What time do you go to sleep? How many emails do you get? Tell people the real story behind business.
A lot of people laugh at me. Even my colleague. Even this guy over there.
You laugh at me?
You laugh at me because you know what? I have papers all over the place. I have my agenda, now I use electronic agenda.
Finally.
But I have files all over the place. Files that never stop. And I want to add more. And add more. That's the type of thing. I mean, yes, I've seen people. I want to start business. Yeah, it's easy. But I see friends. Oh yeah, it's easy. Whatever. Start this. I have friends when I started. Because when I was before even track, I used to party a lot, and even after my career, friends coming, oh, let's go party, blah blah blah. No, guys, I'm busy.
Yeah,
I cannot.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have time for us, your friends. I'm not kidding. Maybe another time. Now you know what? One of them he started a business, and a couple of weeks later he said, "Oh, Bruny, I understand you now."
You want him to go out,
exactly.
and you said, "Okay."
Exactly. You understand now.
Yeah.
You want to start a business, it's not easy. They're not gonna just give it to you. You have to push yourself. One of the people one time tell me, oh yeah, Bruny, you have a name, you should do this. It's easy for you have a name, whatever. Why are you saying this? Okay. You say what I said? Okay. You know what? Put the money and I give you my name. And I charge you this plus royalties.
There you go.
Ouais, finalement, ouais. Yeah, c'est ça. Okay? But for me, it's easy. Put the money.
I was thinking maybe, bureau d'avocat Bruny Surin, that would be a good... It would be a good idea. On parle beaucoup d'être bilingue à Montréal.
Ouais.
On parle franglais maintenant. Parlons de l'importance d'être bilingue et ton expérience au Québec. Parlons les deux langues officielles.
Ouais.
Est-ce que pour toi, tu vois les mêmes opportunités dans les deux marchés, anglophone, francophone? En fait, d'être bilingue à Québec, en fait à Montréal, pour toi, ça signifie quoi?
Pour moi, ça devrait être un automatisme. Écoute, moi, je ne veux même pas être bilingue, je vais être trilingue, je vais être, parler 4 langues.
Exact.
Plus que tu vas parler, plus que tu peux te débrouiller, tu vas voyager, tu t'ouvres à d'autres horizons. Je parle français, je parle anglais, je parle créole évidemment, je suis né en Haïti, j'apprends l'espagnol.
Ah, l'espagnol, ok, excellent.
Pourquoi j'apprends l'espagnol? Ben, je veux apprendre, je veux comment dire, feed my brain, tu peux apprendre d'autres choses. Pour moi, life is always a learning process.
A learning experience.
I went to a business school. They was like, why are you going there? That wasn't Bose. Bose from my house to Bose was like what, 4 hours. Why? Because I want to learn. I want to see other entrepreneurs. They went there 24 hours they spent with us. You know what I was doing? I was sitting there and taking notes. Okay, what he's saying or he or she saying, his experience, how can I use that in my business or whatever? And when we have breaks, sometimes people go have coffee and talking on the phone, blah, blah, blah. Most of the time I went to my room and starting visualizing. Okay, how can I imply that? How can I implement that in my business? How can I implement what he was saying? How can I be better in my speaking engagement? How can I be better in my everything? To me, that's how you get better.
If we were having this conversation 20 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
what advice would you give yourself avant te lancer en affaires, before getting into business? What advice would you give yourself that you would have changed?
What would I change? Everything I did so far, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't change a thing?
I wouldn't change anything.
No regrets?
There was some.
Excellent.
There was some time. It was rough.
Yeah.
There was some time that was rough. I was in some business a couple of years, I'd say even 2 years, was like headache.
Mm-hmm.
Headache. I mean.
Hey, alors, how do you get out of that situation? When things are going so bad, you're thinking, how am I going to survive?
Yeah.
I'm never going to survive. I hate what I'm doing. How do you get past that? How do you find the positivity to get to the next level?
There's 2 questions, and that's what I learned from track. You go to my specific example was I went to the Olympics in '96. '96, I was second in the world. My goal was to also win the gold medal in the 100 meters, and I didn't even reach the final. So that was dark. And I was like, I was in a bad place and everything. It's something that I learned. It's like, and all this, the time you're gonna hit the wall, you're gonna be in a bad place and everything. There's 2 things. It's like, why you're there, and what you're gonna do about it as soon as possible. And at night, I went back home and I watched the video. I said, why I'm here? Why I didn't make the final? Why I didn't win a medal and everything? And I found why. Because I wasn't doing it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I was okay. Well, let's switch my state of mind. The switch was off, and now it's on. So now the priority, I want to do it for myself.
Yes.
Next day, I was fine. When I was in that business situation, I'm like, oh my God, this is bad. Okay, I'm losing money. Oh my God. Okay, Bruny, find a way. There's a solution 100%. And we surpass it.
Okay.
But if I was saying to myself, oh my God, life is not fair, there's this and that, you don't think. And any situation, there's a solution. There's a solution for sure.
Is there one book in particular that you go back on and reread because it was a guiding stick for you, either in life or either in sport?
I used to read a lot of Anthony Robbins. But you know what? The best advice that I had and came from my mom at 7 years old. I remember that very well. We were not far from here. I came to Canada in 1975. And my mom, first thing she said, okay, in life, it's like it's work hard. Work hard, you can achieve anything. She didn't say, or because you're black, or because you're not born here, or because of this, or because of that, life is not fair, or whatever, we don't have much money, blah, blah, blah. No. You can achieve anything, work hard, and there's no shortcut in life. Meaning, it's better to be number two. You did all you're capable of, instead of cheating to be number one.
Yes.
I learned that from like 7 years old, and that's what I'm telling my kids. Same thing. Work ethic. Work ethic. I remember with my daughter, my little daughter, she was to do track. She's doing track now, and she had a goal, not my goal, her goal. And one day I was with her at the track. She had a workout, and at half of the workout, she said, "Dad, I'm tired. I want to stop." I refused. I said, "You're going to do your workout. This is not my goal. This is your goal."
You have to remind her.
I have to remind her.
Yes.
Life is tough. So go. For 1 day or 2 days, she didn't talk to me. She was mad at me. But guess what? A couple of months later, she thanked me for that.
Probably because she wanted to borrow your car.
No, because she wanted. There was a Canada game back a couple of years ago, and her goal was to be in the top 6. You know, and I know that at that time she just started tracking. I know it would be difficult, but if you don't put the work, you're not going to achieve it. Of course. But you know what? She won the bronze medal.
Amazing. I want to thank you.
She thanked me. She thanked me. She thanked the coach. She thanked her team, everybody. So it's okay.
Bruny Surin, you're a gentleman. Thank you for your time.
Hey, that was a good interview. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, man.
You sure the lawyer?
No, I'm not the lawyer.
You're not the lawyer.
I only play one. I play one on TV. But yeah, you can look me up on the bottle. You'll see me. I exist.
No, that was great. I had a good time.
I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
And we're going to do this again.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Your ass, yeah.